if you'd like to introduce yourself a little bit.
Yes. Hello. My name is Miya, and online I go by the name Qiseki, and I'm the creator of Faded Away and The King's Royal Guard. Those are both webtoons that you can read online for free. Anything else? A random fun fact is that I have a bald spot on my head somewhere, but you cannot see it, okay? You cannot see it. Or do you want a random fact from my comic? Because I can also give you one from my comic.
Yeah, that'd be great. And if you'd like to tell us about like the basic plots of your comics as well, that'd be awesome.
Oh, well, Faded Away is mainly about fantasy, but also about romance and comedy. It's actually mainly comedy, and the romance is very low-key. And it's about a group of 6 friends and this girl who claims to be like a mythical creature. But if she's speaking the truth or not is the question. And then King's Royal Guard is about revenge. And the fun fact for that comic is that it was inspired by it's a meme.
Oh my gosh.
You'll find out if you read it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you. Oh yeah, sorry. I was using the wrong microphone. Anyways, so first, I wanted to ask you some questions about like what it's like to be a webtoon artist in general. So like from the beginning and then now. So my first question is like, how did you first get into webtoons? Like when and how did you first discover webtoons?
Well, first I just read manga, like most people, I think. I didn't even know webtoons was a thing, but I was using DeviantArt, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows. There was a contest going on from webtoons in 2015, and that's how I found out about it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Very cool, very cool. And yeah, when did you decide you wanted to create your own webtoon?
Right at that moment to join that contest.
That's awesome. Yeah, what was the contest about?
I think it was, well, I don't remember the theme anymore, but you just needed a minimum of 4 episodes and then you could apply to join. And that was it. Didn't win though. I've joined so many contests. Didn't win though, but I'm still not giving up.
That's okay, as you should. Keep pushing. You got it. That's awesome. Well, thank you. Next I just wanted to ask, like, how do you make a webtoon? Because like, I don't know about other people, but when I think of like making a webtoon, I'm just like, I don't really understand like what the process is like. So I wanted to ask like, what kind of softwares do you use like for your story writing and like the art that you make?
For writing, I just use Google Docs because it's free and it auto saves, which is really useful if you forget to save. And then for my drawing program, I use Clip Studio Paint X. There's also the Pro version, which is cheaper, that I have used for a longest time as well. But the X has a few extra features, which I thought would be very useful for comic making, but not necessary.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. It also has autosave, by the way, so very useful.
It is. It's really cool. How long does it take for you to like come up with an initial idea and then like eventually like publish it into a story?
Well, getting the idea itself is not that hard. You can get inspired by anything, really. Anything that happens in real life. But making it for real, for me, actually takes a while. Because usually I'm already working on another project. And for Faded Away, I started writing it in the 3rd or 4th year in middle school. Oh, no, wait, 4th year. You guys don't have 4th year middle school. Yeah, 1st year of high school. But I only made it in comic format in 2017 after learning more about how to create with Clip Studio Paint. And as for the King's Royal Guard, the idea came also in 2017, but it wasn't until last year in 2021 when I had to pitch a new comic idea for another comic platform when I started actually working on it.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's really cool. And how much like of the art and like the story do you have to have finished before you can like publish it?
That really depends on the creator, because on Webtoons Canvas, everybody can post, right? You can't just make one whole episode and post that and see how that goes and where it goes. I think I just need the beginning written out now because I've already made multiple comics. Now I just need the beginning written out, the ending, and then the most important plot points. And then from there on, I kind of slowly write extra things added on to it. So I don't write everything all at once. That's too much. My brain can't handle.
Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I do recommend creating a few reference sheets for the characters. Just think it's actually really useful. With like if you have small brain like me, you just need that. You know, you will forget that mole on that character's face if you don't have that reference sheet.
Very true. Very true. Very, very good advice. Awesome. So I wanted to ask, like, what would you say is like the most enjoyable, or what are the most enjoyable parts about being a webtoon artist? And then also, like, what is the most like challenging?
The thing I enjoyed most as a webtoon creator was drawing alongside other creators. So all the, you know, anyone can become a creator. The moment you make something that other people can read with art, that's the moment you're a comic creator already. And drawing with them, streaming with them, learning from them is actually will always be one of my favorite memories. As for the creation process, I really enjoy reading the comments from the chapters. Actually, I always read them. The moment I upload them, I just read the comments. And then the next day, I will check if there's new comments. And the next day, I also check if there's new comments because they just make me so happy. If they say that they're that the chapter made their day or something, that makes me so happy. Yeah. And as for challenging, it's because I am not a published creator. I am not. I have a few contracts, but not really exclusive contracts. And because of that, I just make my own deadlines. So I just publish whenever I want to, because I'm not bound by a strict contract to upload every week or anything. And that's kind of challenging because if I have no strict deadline, that means I don't have to finish it, and that makes me procrastinate a lot. So yeah, I wish to be more productive in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it must take a lot of like discipline and like setting
Yeah.
like deadlines for yourself, and like starting the meetup must be really hard.
Yeah, because you could always be like, oh, my friends are having a birthday party, comic or birthday party, might as well go to the party. And that's when you lose a date.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, makes sense. I wanted to ask, do you have a favorite project that you worked on, and if so, why?
You know, asking that question is like asking if I have a favorite child. So I cannot say any title. I love all of my children equally. I have done all kinds of different projects. Definitely the personal projects that I've made, like Faded Away King's Regard, are completely my own child, right? And other things I have done, like volunteer work or exhibition stuff, that was also really fun, but it's not my child, it's their child.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. Do you have, which of your characters would you say is the easiest for you to draw, and which one is the hardest?
I think the easiest ones to draw are from Faded Away because I've already drawn like 50 episodes. And the easiest one is going to be Mitsuko because she has an emotionless face. So I don't have to draw any emotion. Very easy. And for the hardest one is probably So, because I changed his hairstyle. It's like insane. I don't know why I did that, but it looks good on him. So, but it's effort.
It does. He looks great. What can I say? Yeah, if you look at the little picture, So is on the left and Mitsuko is on the right.
Oh, right. It's there.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I figured I'd put a picture in the slides. Why not? So I wanted to ask do you work with any other people on like any of your projects? Any of your projects or webtoons, and like what are their roles, and like how is it like working with them?
Well, right now I'm not really working with anyone, but I used to have a few base color assistants because anyone can base color. I even taught some people how to base color. I shared them a video of how I did it, how you can make sure you don't miss anything and that kind of stuff. But nowadays I don't really have a consistent schedule. I don't have a consistent uploading schedule either. So for now I am not doing that. No. I also used to have another comic which was called No Rest for Tired Feet, which was with my friend Rain. He was a writer. And he's also from America, by the way. Don't know anymore where, but and we also tried to join the contest that time, and we did get an honorary mention, but we didn't win. So since then, it's kind of been on hold. I don't want to say it's ended. We still want to kind of finish it, but we are both busy with our other projects now.
Yeah, definitely. That makes a lot of sense. That's so awesome that you were able to collaborate and like work with another person though.
Yeah, it was really fun. All-nighters. Very great.
Oh, I bet. Makes sense. All right. So now I wanted to kind of get into like your process and like kind of like your workflow and routine for how you work on your stuff. So first question, what kind of resources and like methods have you used to improve your art? And like, do you still use those now, or have you moved on to other ways?
I think for improving your art, the only thing you have to do is to create stuff. You don't really have to follow the book by all the rules. You just have to start creating what you like to make. Like, I love drawing clothes. I love drawing people and characters. I don't really like drawing animals, so that's why I also don't really draw animals. But like, yeah, like that kind of stuff. What is interesting to you and what you really like to draw and see and look at, that kind of stuff you can create. Even stuff that you find ugly, but if you find it interesting, why don't you just go for it? And any time that you have left over, just create, I guess. As for resources, there was a moment, I think it was it was last year. I was like, okay, this time I'm gonna put extra time in improving, actually, like stuff that I suck at. And so I started also drawing like croquis practice and stuff. I call it art camp. So people like YouTube viewers or Twitch viewers could join me while I drew and like speed draw hands or animals even, and that kind of stuff. And that's also what you see that art camp on the left side, where pictures I've taken in Japan, and that's what I sketched with the time, how long it took, and that kind of stuff. Every day something new.
Nice. That's really cool. That's awesome. That must have been really hard, but I can tell that they're like it's probably evident that your art improved a lot during that time.
I hope so. It's not done yet. Art camp is not done yet, actually.
Yeah. Always happening, keeps going. Yeah. So I wanted to ask, like, do you have a specific schedule, or like what is like your workflow and routine like?
Okay, so this sounds really stupid, but I actually don't draw every day because drawing does not earn me enough money anymore. It used to, but not anymore. I currently work 3 days and then 9 hours a week as a sales consultant, not even as an artist or anything. And another 1 or 2 days I help out my parents. Also part-time, both part-time jobs. And then I have 2 remaining days, max, I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 2 or max 3 extra days to work on my comic. And then I also stream for my Twitch viewers and stuff. And then actually I just stream, so I have pressure that people are looking while I draw, so I don't slack. That's actually the main reason why I stream. And even in that kind of busy schedule, I still try to do social life, like go to their birthdays and go to the gym sometimes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's a lot of life things to balance.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you. Next, we were hoping we could get into a little demo and see some of your process and stuff like that. So I can stop sharing my screen and I'm going to continue like asking questions and stuff, but you're welcome to share your screen and
okay. I got it. I think.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Wait. Yes.
I think it's working. Yeah.
Okay, I kind of just wanted to draw anyway, so I sketched it.
Nice. Well, it'll be like you're streaming normally.
Yeah, because I was looking at those layers and I just don't know where things are anymore. So I was like, never mind, I'll just draw something new. Anyway, I have 2 art styles. Yeah, I have one on the left and I have one on the right. This is from Faded Away and this one is from the King's Royal Guard. And I didn't know which ones you guys wanted to see, so I thought I might as well do both at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's it like switching between 2 different art styles? Like how do you do that?
I just you just have a wait, I can show you.
Yeah.
I have for the King's Royal Guard, I have a color palette. Wait, where is it? Here. So I know which colors I use for that one. And then for Faded Away, I have a set over here, which I also have one for Faded Away. Wait, I can only show you. But very important, if you make a comic, make a reference sheet for the colors as well, so the colors stay consistent.
Nice. That's smart. Good advice.
Yes.
Very cool.
Okay. You can ask me anything. I'll keep drawing.
Awesome. Sounds good. I wanted to ask like what like inspires your art and the stories you write?
Definitely everything around me, the people that I meet, the events that happen to me or other people, other people's personalities, but also my own personality and all the kinds of everything, really everything, anything can be an inspiration.
That's awesome. Yeah. Implementing things from the world around you. Pretty cool. And like how do you like get your ideas from webtoons? So like how do you develop it from just like an idea to then like figuring out a full story?
Well, you just gotta sit down for it a little bit. You think I want to create this kind of character. For me to go is like I want to create an emotionless character, but not just any, maybe one with a special power. And then for the other characters, I was like, maybe somebody that's more closer to my character so they can feel realistic and more relatable for the readers. And so for the King's Royal Guard, for example, the main theme is definitely revenge. And revenge is also a big part of my life. So I thought that could also be an inspiration. Yeah, and like for another comic that I want to make, that one got inspired by a homeless man giving other homeless people a free haircut. Just something I saw on the news, and I also want to make that a comic.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's a really cool process. Also, stuff about revenge, pretty neat. I wanted to ask, what is your process for like developing your characters, like both in terms of their personality and also their appearance, and how those impact each other?
Well, I start with personality, and then I flesh out the design. So for K, I kind of thought of a gentle character, for example, like from Faded Away, is a friend of So. And for Taka, I wanted more, that's another friend. I wanted him to be more playful and more stupid. Not stupid, I mean, more not smart.
Yeah.
Or like maybe other traits from somebody I know or not, you know, like just they're just complex beings mashed together like potatoes, and then just like you and I. And if you like for outfits, you're not sure how something looks like, you just have Google. Nowadays you can just Google anything.
Very true, very true. That's awesome. And for the actual like setup of the pages of like each chapter, how do you do that, and like how do you like do the work on the pacing and manage that?
I just sketch things out really roughly, like the sketch you see here, but actually even rougher, like you don't even recognize their faces. And then after that I would see if there needs more space in between somewhere, like an important moment or something. If not, I'll just start counting the panels, and if I'm okay with the amount, because sometimes you need a certain amount, then I continue. And then I just start drawing. If I still in the end feel like, oh, the panel pacing is too fast or too slow, I could always like put more space in between or add another panel later. And if I want to change the text as well, I can also change it later, last minute. I always type it at the end, so I'm like, maybe I want to change it after all, that kind of stuff. So the flow is better.
Yeah, nice. Makes sense. That's really cool. And do you use like any extra assets like while you're working to make the process of making so much art easier at all?
Well, as I said, I use Clip Studio Paint X, which is almost the same as Clip Studio Pro, but the only difference is that it has this extract line feature, and I want to show how that works, but I don't really have a background here. Wait, I have a background here, so I can't wait. I need to go to the background. I can extract lines, and then it becomes just the lines, which is really really useful. So if I wanted to color another thing below it, I could make this multiplied, and then I could just color, I don't know, I want this red chair to be red, for example. I could just color that in, you know?
Wow.
But
Yeah.
not right now, because I am lazy. So for those 3D models, it don't really matter.
Yeah.
But for pictures, for example, it really makes the process easier.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's actually mainly for the backgrounds, just the backgrounds. Backgrounds are a pain. I don't want to draw them. I don't have time for them.
True, true. Especially if you have like multiple, like you need a lot of them, so you need to find a way to make them fast. So that's really cool.
Do make sure to use backgrounds that are actually allowed to be used for commercial use. If you're planning to make money out of your comic, like I buy a lot of my 3D models.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, what kind of where do you usually get them from? Like, are there online shops?
This is a trader's secret, but I don't know. Maybe you already found out. There's this website called Acon 3D, and it has a lot of very good 3D models where I buy them. And the only thing you need is that your username, your author name is the same as the one on the website, so people can actually find you there as well.
Oh, neat. Oh, that's really cool.
I think so anyway.
Yeah.
Please do double check. Thank you.
Will do. I wanted to ask, like, you kind of already like went into your process a little bit, but do you tend to start more with the characters or the background?
Oh, characters, definitely. It's just when the character is sitting on something or is interacting with certain background object, that's when I need the background first before I can draw the character.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
How much time do you spend on each chapter, like per week? You already mentioned it a little bit, but and how long does it take for you normally to finish each chapter?
Well, right now I'm not able to produce chapters every week.
Yeah.
I'm not able to spend every day on drawing comics, sadly. But I can draw a whole chapter in 1 week, like with 60 panels. I know I can do it because I've done it before. I'm not able to do that right now. And yeah, it's just like I could still have like a day off, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
But it takes so much time, like probably 9 days. So every day that I work on it, it will be like 9 days, maybe even 10 days. No, I'm saying 10 days. I'm saying 10 hours, sorry. Or sometimes like I used to stream 17 hours in one.
Oh my gosh.
So I remember actually going quite crazy back in the day.
Just like straight through, like.
Yeah, straight. I think my record was 18 hours.
Oh my gosh. Did you like stop at all or like for a break at all, or just did you quit?
I probably had to eat at some point, but
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Did you start in like the morning and then like finish late at night, or was it like
an
all-nighter thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Neat.
But don't do that.
Yeah.
Do healthy times.
Yeah. Makes sense. So for like the actual like creation process of the webtoon, what would you say is like your favorite part of it? And then what would you say is like your least favorite part of it?
My favorite part about the webtoon creation process.
Like the art or like specific things that you enjoy like drawing or like steps within that process.
I think it's sketching. I like sketching a lot. Like if I could just make a comic full of sketching, that would make me happy, but I don't know if people would read that. But I've come to like line arting as well, because the moment it's finished, it's very satisfying to see how clean it is.
Yeah.
Anything else? Drawing clothes. I love clothes. I love fashion.
Yeah. Nice. Do you have like a favorite like kind of clothing that you like to draw? Like you like more like flowy clothing or more like
anything with folds.
Oh yeah,
I love folds.
Challenging but fun. Awesome. And like, is there any part of the webtoon creating process that you don't like, or like that you like less than others?
Well, just drawing with the realization that that I'm not gonna earn, or at least not right now. I'm not even close to earning minimum wage.
Oh yeah.
That's the only painful thing. Everything else I love. I love making comics. I want to do it for a living, and it's the only dream I'm actually going for right now.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Well, do you have any advice for people who are hoping to start their own webtoon?
Well, just go for it. It sounds really stupid, but just do it. just start making. Stop making excuses saying, oh, I still need to do this and I need to do that and I cannot because of this and because of that. Any free time that you have left over, just start working on it. Just think of an idea, start sketching out some characters, and then at some point, okay, I'm gonna sit for it, I'm gonna make it. And the moment you finish your first chapter and upload it, you'll read the comments and you'll get addicted, okay?
Awesome. Good advice. Do you ever get art block at all? Or art block or writer's block, since you have to do both? Or you get to do both at least. And like, how do you fight that or combat it?
Actually, I don't get art block or writer's block because I don't know. I just feel like it sounds really stupid, but maybe it could be an excuse from people, but I don't know because I've never experienced it. This sounds really stupid. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm being totally wrong right now. But I do have burnout. So maybe I think burnout and art block could be almost the same thing, possibly.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's when I overwork myself and just focusing on one project too much. So for example, Faded Away, I was working on for I think already 3 years or something. And working on only one comic, really, you know, you just start getting a tunnel vision. You just only think about that comic. On how can I get more inspiration for this comic? And you just start thinking only about that one. But that is when I start another project usually. Like the King's Royal Guard, for example, was another story that I started. And I also did volunteer work in between and did an exhibition in between. And because of those other events and like projects, that's when you get inspiration from other things instead and other prickles and stuff. And that's how you get out of that burnout. It's you can work on other things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I used to go to school, you know, like you guys. And that's also a way to not only work on your comic, because those 18-hour night, 17-hour stream, right, I would do it was in my gap year when I didn't go to school. And at some point I started getting some kind of, my arm started going numb and I didn't know why. So like, maybe I'm drawing too much. So I, okay, I'll go to school so I draw less. That's kind of my decision.
Yeah, that's definitely a way to combat it. Was your arm okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's actually
okay,
because I cannot draw that much anymore anyway. I guess I have work.
Yeah, makes sense. And do you pay attention to like any of the comments like that you get? Because I know you said you enjoy reading them like right away and then like the next day. And like, do those comments ever affect how you decide to write the story? Like if there's extra details you'll put in or anything like that?
Well, sometimes some comments try to predict what's gonna happen next, right? And sometimes they could be right. And if they guess it too easily, and I'd be like, maybe it was too cliche, I could adjust it so I could, like, it becomes a bit more difficult for them to follow. Like, not difficult to follow, but they still need to follow it. But like, not too predictable. But most of the time not. Most of the time I just follow the plot. And if readers are able to catch up on the small hints given in different chapters, that means I'm on the right path and I continue doing that.
Awesome. That's really cool. So at least that's all of the questions that I had for you, but now I was thinking we could turn to the audience and get some questions from you guys. If anyone has any. If not,
yes, please ask me questions. Wait, where can I see these faces again? 1 sec.
Yes. Wait, let's see.
Oh, here they are.
Yeah.
Looks like somebody raised their hand on.
Oh, someone raised their hand.
But really quick, can you show your other VTuber model? I think people would really like to see it.
Oh yeah, sure. 1 second. Where is my studio? Zoom is in the way. Okay, wait. think.
Whoa.
Wait, I can't change it.
Oh yeah.
I can see my face. Like,
Wow, that's awesome.
okay, better.
What programs or what program or programs do you use to make a VTuber or like your VTuber?
Well, I made and rigged these myself. For that, you need Live 2D. That's the one you use to create the rigging and stuff. And for the drawing itself and all the layers, you just use Clip Studio Paint. It works.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so yeah, there's questions in the chat. Looks like Min is asking, have you ever thought about doing comic traditionally, like with G pens and such?
Honestly, in the past, I wanted to learn it, and I wanted to learn how to make manga. I still wanna. That's why I want to go to Japan next year to do like a course on manga, so I can learn how to draw that. But because I have no knowledge, and I did make one. Now that I think about it, I made a one shot with pen. It was so bad though, but I did.
Oh, no.
Like, I was part of this doujinshi circle, but it's broken out now. Like it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it did. But it's just not convenient. It makes a mess, and I just like to have my desk clean. That's why like digital is just easier nowadays.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Do you have any other questions?
No questions.
Oh, it looks like we're one person.
Hi. I was wondering like which Webtoon platform I guess you've had the most success on, and like what different Webtoon platforms that you started out on, and like what the differences are kind of between posting.
Did you hear that, or I can repeat?
Yeah, I can repeat.
Oh yeah. So what Webtoon platforms would you say you had the most success on? And what was the rest of the question? Sorry.
Like what are the differences?
Oh yeah. Yeah, what are the differences between like the Webtoon platforms that you have posted on?
Oh, well, I started on Webtoon because that's because of the contest, and that one is definitely most successful because that's the one where I started, and I started pretty early. Faded Away has now more than 350,000 subscribers, I think, and the other is just going up slowly, but it's going there. But for the other platforms, I think I tried Tapas, but Tapas just doesn't have that much reach. But I heard it recently got bought by, I think, either Line or Kakao Talk. I'm not sure. So like a big company. So I have hopes for Tapas, but you never know. Maybe. But it right now I think just BL and GL is the stuff that sells really well. So if you're planning to make that, I think Tapas or Latin or what's the other one? Currently 2mix is asking maybe to partner as well. So that one could also, but I'm not sure yet because I haven't tried that one yet. I haven't signed anything with them yet. They seem like a nice, legit company. And what other company? There was also Graphite Comics. I'm pretty sure you don't know because the comic site already shut down.
Oh no.
But I had the contract with them at the launch date, and the moment, well, it was bought by, I think, like somebody that actually, or somebody that worked at Webtoons before was taking that over. But since they left Graphite, that's when it went down, kind of. And there's that other comic platforms that I know about. Not sure. I have a friend that went to Manta Comics, and everything else I don't really know.
Nice. Good to know. It looks like Megan has a question.
Hi, I was wondering about like your background in art. Did you receive any formal education on it, or were you like self-taught? Kind of just your whole journey.
Yeah. So the question was about like your art journey in general, and if you like, when did you start, and like what kind of, have you received any like formal education, or are you mostly self-taught or anything like that?
I would like to say I'm mostly self-taught because I went to only this middle school, and we don't really have clubs or anything. We just have boring classes. I had Latin and that kind of stuff. And as for college/uni, we could finally choose what you wanted to do, right? But I was like, actually I applied. I applied for comic design. That was the only comic design course in the Netherlands, and I applied. And the exam, the entrance exam, took 2 days. And the first day I went there, I was like, oh shit, guys, I gotta go to work. So can you guys can tell me later if I passed or not, okay? And then they discussed and said like, okay, you can come back tomorrow. I'm like, okay, sure. And the next day I came back, and then suddenly the group was like half down. Like I was like, where did everybody go? And apparently a lot of people already stopped, like they were not allowed to continue. And then at the end of the day, they would do a portfolio review with one senior student and 2 other teachers. And this senior told me like, you don't really have your own art style. And I was like so offended by that. So I told them, well, my fans think otherwise. And that's when the teacher started laughing. I don't know if they laughed at me or if they were laughing. I don't know. But anyway, I was angry. And even though after that I got accepted, I was like, I'm not going to that school anymore. And I will show them I'll become a comic creator without their teachings.
Nice. Yeah, go you. Yeah.
But I did study painting at the beginning of this year. Like I did a 3-month course for painting. Like what was that painter called? Like Rembrandt? Was it Rembrandt? No, it was Vermeer. No, it was from Vermeer.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I did some realistic oil painting to improve my skills. And next year I want to do manga style drawing to improve my skills. So I am doing like small courses and I'll go out of my way to learn it myself, but not really a 4-year study, no.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. Do you find that taking those classes has helped you improve your art, and like what kind of ways, like how did oil painting like improve kind of your style and stuff like that?
I feel like it has helped with painting because I suck at painting. But I feel like it actually helps. It actually has helped. Yeah.
Awesome. That's really good. Sweet. Any other questions? Oh yes, we have another one. Oh. Oh yeah, you're good. You can just say it.
How did you get into making like a VTuber model? And did you use like the trial version of live TV?
So how did you get into, like, how did you discover like, oh, I want to make a webtoon, or not a webtoon, that too, but VTuber model? Like how did you kind of get into it? And then like, did you use the live trial of what it's called?
The trial of live TV.
Live 2D?
I think the first VTuber I watched was Kanae. You guys know Kanae?
Oh, I don't know.
You guys know Kanae?
Anyone here?
Do you guys know Kuzaha? Oh, you guys don't?
Yes, yes, we got a yes.
Do you guys know VTubers?
Yes, we got nods.
Oh, okay, never mind. That's how I found out that VTubers were a thing, and I was like, I used to stream with my face, but I just really hated that people would come to my stream because of how I look like instead of my art, because that's what I'm drawing. So I thought, oh, well, it's time to not use cam. Also, it's less of a hassle to just not having to put on any makeup and not having to put in any effort to look great on camera.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially if you're sitting there for 17 hours.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. Do we have any other questions? Yes.
Yeah, please ask more because I'm not done yet. Sorry.
So this morning I read through all of the King's Royal Guard.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, I mean, I was also watching your stream, but...
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, I really liked the pacing through it, like for each chapter.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
Stories tied together, like with the revenge, and then I read the little things between chapters saying like you got the idea for Revenge's name by like mixing up all the revenge stuff.
Yeah, it was also, their names are also memes. Like I just wanted to prove to people that really any name will do for your character. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was wondering, since this one had like such a strong story, do you have any stories that you like didn't end up going with? Like you made the idea, but then you didn't end up making it?
Other story ideas that I've had.
Yeah.
That like, yeah.
That like you didn't.
Yeah, that didn't.
Well, I have them. Like I never fully fleshed them out. Wait, let me check. I think I posted that somewhere before. I think I had a story about set in the 90s, like 18. Wait, fuck, I don't know. Somewhere where people did not have computers yet. Okay, and it was about two childhood friends. One was, I think, was good at singing and the other one was good at doing guitar, and but then the girl moved away to Asia somewhere, and then at some point he grew up. He was like, okay, I'm gonna work at this harbor and I'm gonna go there, because I work at the harbor anyway. I might as well with the ship. And that's when he meets his crew, and then he tries to find this girl. But that's also a very old story. I never really made it, but it's there. And then there's another story about a girl going into a book somewhere somewhere in the corner of England somewhere. And then she meets this. Of course, this is all, you have to understand. I made these stories when I was 15 or something. I didn't know gay stories were a thing yet, okay? I hadn't discovered it yet, just so you know. Not saying that I'm only into straight stuff, okay? I want to make gay stuff as well. But back then I didn't know the concept yet. So for that story, oh right, the book wasn't finished yet. So she is teleported into this book, so it's kind of like the world falls apart at some point, and that's what I wanted to write about. Then another story was about a CEO guy finding a random book on a bench, and that's basically like some kind of diary from another lady that's working at his office, but he doesn't know. And I have so many stories. I'm sorry.
No. It's amazing to hear all of them. They sound really cool.
Then there's the one that I talked about that was inspired by this haircut, free haircut guy. I made a story about this hairdresser that gives a free haircut to this homeless guy he finds in front of his store. And that one is gay because I made it recently. Anything else I have other stories. The one shot that I made when I was in the doujinshi circle was about a girl that was allergic to fish, because I'm allergic to fish and I want people to know that it's a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I have more stories, but for now I think this is enough to overload your brain.
Huh, that's awesome. Those sound really cool.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah. Anyone else have any?
Actually, it's really hard to draw and speak and think at the same time.
Yeah, I bet. You're doing great so far, though. It's really cool to see this like come to life. Oh yes, we have another question.
How much research do you put into like the preparing stage?
Oh yeah. So prior to posting your comic, how much research do you put into like the preparing stage? Like whether that be like researching certain things about certain elements of what you're gonna write about, like I don't know, like royalty or something like that.
For Faded Away, I had to do research about Yuki Onna and yokai. So I did that beforehand. Anything else comes on your way, you'll be like, you question yourself. Also, because I'm a weeb, I knew some things about Japanese culture, but not everything. So I started looking up school systems, how the years work, how old you are when you go to a certain year in Japan there, if you have clubs there, when are basketball matches, all those small details that you need to know, when is festivals, those kind of things. Yeah, I look up, but at the point that I needed in the plot. As for the King's Royal, what the fuck, I can't even pronounce. The King's Royal Guard, that one is a fantasy comic for a reason. So I can make up everything.
That's so nice. That's awesome. Yeah, how do you like come up with your world building, especially for like a fantasy world? Like how do you
Fantasy? Well, I just wing it. I'd be like, okay, I need this character to just create something right now. I need this character to just beat the shit out of somebody, but she's small. How's she gonna do that? All right, magic. And basically just use it magic for whatever reason possible. Oh, where did she get the knife from? Oh, magic. Yeah, you know. Sounds really lazy. I'm sorry. Now that the secret is revealed, it's not special anymore.
No, it's okay. It's a valid tactic. It's a valid tactic. Just improvising. Yeah. Oh, we have another question.
Yeah, I might have missed this because I was a little bit late, but how far ahead do you write chapters? Like, do you write it all the way? Have you written things all the way to completion? Like, came to like art and fade it away before you start drawing or storyboarding?
Yeah, so we have a question. It was kind of already answered, but there was some new stuff in it. I just fully forgot what. Wait, hold on. I just forgot. What did you say? Sorry, it was like
how far ahead do you
oh yeah.
write?
Oh yeah. How far ahead do you write? Like do you have like the next few chapters like planned out if you're already working on like let's say we're working on like chapter like 10. Do you already have like planned out to like chapter 13 or 14 or like exactly what's gonna go on in those, or like when do you like write those things out and like plan those things out?
Sometimes when I think, oh shit, man, I don't have a lot of writing left anymore, that's when I go to a cafe or anywhere. I just sit in a train. I'm like, okay, I gotta write now, and that's when I go. Usually I have some keywords like in this chapter this is happening, in this chapter this is happening, so I know what I should write about. Sometimes for Faded Away, for example, that story has been going on for a while. I just keep writing until I think, okay, this is the end of that part. But then that stuff that I've written is actually too much for just one chapter. So I would have to cut it automatically where I think, okay, I can cut it here, then I cut it there. So basically I have advanced a few chapters, but I don't know exactly how much.
Nice. Makes sense. Oh, I just thought of a question. Do you ever like bounce ideas off of other people, or do you ever have like someone like proofread either your writing or like look at your art and like critique it almost?
Well, I'm always open for critique because actually my comments are all nice. I've only had one hate comment, but that was a troll. It was a troll, so it didn't even count. Yeah, I was so sad. Yeah, what do you say? What do you ask again? Critique?
Oh yeah, sorry. Like, do you ever like bounce ideas like off of friends? Like, are you like, oh, like, what do you think if I implemented like this into my story? Or like, what do you think about like this specific piece of writing or something like that?
Oh, this reminds me, actually, I have a very good friend, like her writing or like her ideas are like so good, but sometimes it's too much even for me. I think I just want to write my story, right? I cannot suddenly let somebody take over. I have this idea, I want to do it. So other people can come with their ideas as well, and I can consider it. But if I think it's too much, it's not my style, I will just not implement it. If I think it's like a small thing, if they tell me your hints are too subtle and people will not notice, please make your hints a bit more noticeable, that I can take it. I can actually manage to implement that in my story.
That makes a lot of sense. It's cool. Awesome. Are there any other questions from the audience?
Do you have any art inspiration or like people you get inspiration from, basically?
Did you hear
that? Something about inspiration?
Yeah. Do you have any artists that you get inspiration from?
Yes. Do you guys know the webtoon artist Miya?
Oh, what have they made?
I know their main comic is called Dogs, Bullets, and Carnage, and it's also one of my favorites. But I think they are more known for drawing the Ruby manga and also a new game that came out or is coming out, not sure. I love their art, very good. Highly recommend. Read Dogs, Bullets, and Carnage. Another artist that I really like is called Shata. She made Song of the Long March. That's a manhwa. It's a Chinese creator. She looks like a high school kid. She isn't. the creator. I'm talking about the creator. And her art's also very beautiful. I love it. I have one volume, but it's in French. And I also have the one from Miya she wrote, but it's in French and I cannot read. But who else do I like? As for Webtoon artists, I really like Anarasu Manara. That's my favorite Webtoon.
Oh, yeah.
As for the one that came from Canvas was I Love Yo. That one is made by Kimchi. Really respect her. I'm her biggest fan, okay? If you ever meet her, tell her that I'm her biggest fan. And
Will do.
who else? What other comics? I think those are their main comics. There's also another artist that I followed a long time ago called Nania Bim, and she made Mephistos. Sorry, my tastes are very peculiar. So if you think like, whoa, I don't know all of these, then I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Those are awesome. Really cool. Any other questions? Anyone?
I can ask them questions too if they're
Yeah.
done.
That sounds good.
I need to know their favorite webtoons.
Yeah. Shout them out or raise your hand, whichever you prefer. I can start listing some up as well because I've read quite a few. Megan. I Love You. Who's it by? Oh, Crunchy? Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Dude, her art and when it was still in Canvas, I was like, holy shit, that quality is so good. Yeah, I was so inspired.
Nice. Nice. Any others? Any others?
I already told you, but see you in my 19th life.
Oh, that was from Abby. She said, already told you, but see you in my 19th life. Oh, someone in the comments said Homestuck.
Oh yeah, I like that one as well. It was really good.
Yeah. But those are good.
Wait, that one was the one with the Netflix show, right?
Which one?
That one had the Netflix, was it not? That one?
Homestuck?
Yeah, or was that the one with the father?
Oh, that's like a, oh my gosh. I don't even know. It's like a, how would you describe Homestuck? It's like a comic, but it's also like, I don't even know. But it's good. It's good.
Wait, you're talking about Homestuck, the game?
Yes, like the game with like the gray troll.
Oh, that one. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I never understood that. Wait, I thought we were talking about the another webtoon called Home Something.
Yeah. Oh, I know a webtoon called Homesick. It's fairly new. But that one's a good one as well.
New.
But yeah, Homestuck has been around for a while. I don't know if it's considered a webtoon, but yeah.
Interesting.
It works. Yeah. Oh.
Hey, what pen are you using to draw?
Oh, what pen are you using to draw?
Oh, this is the textured pen. Wait, normally I use a different pen. Fuck, I used the wrong pen. I was supposed to use this one. Sorry. This one. Okay, so this one is textured pen, and this one is, I cannot read Japanese. Sorry, but it's this one.
Nice. Yeah. What brushes do you use for like all of the steps? So like sketching, line art, coloring, shading, stuff like that.
For fade away, I just use the hard pencil because the soft pencil is too soft. I used to use the soft one, but it's hard to color in. And for this one, oh, fuck, I used the wrong one again.
Oh no.
I use this one. For filling in the colors, I just use the bucket tool, and the lasso fill-in tool is also very useful. Thank you for noticing, man. I used the wrong pen the whole time. Unbelievable.
It's okay. That's a little variety, something new. Nice. Any other questions?
What are the brushes that you use for like special effects?
Oh yeah. Yeah, what are the brushes you use for like special effects in your webtoon?
Special effects? Let me check. Really depends on what I need. I think sparkles I use a lot. Sometimes the gauze cloth, so I can make some texture. Nature. Oh yeah, clouds, cloud brush, very useful. Grass brush, artificial city brush, tree brush, also very useful. I think those are the brushes I use the most. Sometimes flowers.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. It's nice to not have to draw every flower individually.
You don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. Maybe for an illustration, it's okay, but for comic.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And also for Clip Studio X, like what are the features that are helpful compared to?
Oh yeah. So compared to Clip Studio Pro, what are some of the like extra things that Clip Studio X has that makes it easier for you, and like what kind of like effects or what kind of like tools can you use in it that aren't in the Pro version?
Like, I'm pretty sure there's more features, but I only know that you can change 3D models and pictures to black and white with lines and stuff. You can extract the lines, which is for me really useful. But and you can import 3D models, but you can already do that on the Pro version, right? But those 3D models from in the program, you cannot extract to line art. So if you have that X version, you can do that. That's the only feature that I know that I use from X. I'm sure there's more.
Oh, it looks like someone asked, what is the name of the art program you use? Even though we've already
It's okay, don't worry. It's Clip Studio Paint X. Highly recommend. It's only about $20 in the sale, I think, or 25 max. It's really cheap. Christmas is coming.
True. Oh, here, we'll type it out. Yeah. Any other...
by the way, there's a new tool. It's called Liquify. It's also very useful. Oh fuck, I cannot use it on this layer. 1 second. Stop. Okay. Merge. You can move it around.
Whoa, yeah. Have you ever experimented with like other programs?
I used to use, what's it called again? Psy?
Psy?
Yeah, I used that one. And that one is really good for illustrations and stuff. But I didn't want to buy 2 programs, so I just stuck with this one. And I didn't let go.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's also Medibang or something for on your iPad. Don't use it though. I don't use it. I mean, you can use it. I don't use it. Sorry, that's what I mean. I'm not using it. I don't know if it's good or not. I did use, what is it called? Pixiv Sketch? Yeah, Pixiv Sketch I use on iPad sometimes.
Nice. Very cool. What looks like we got a question from the chat. What do you think about adding GIFs into your stories? So like, have you ever added like GIFs or had like what is that kind of process like?
Yo, that's a featured thing. Only featured creators can do that. And I am not featured, and I'm gonna be sad.
Oh no. Well, I think everyone here should read her comics and we can help her get featured. Yeah.
Oh shit, I don't know. Dreams don't come true that easily. It's hard work.
Yeah. Well, any other questions?
Not a question, but I was just gonna say that she's drawing in the King's Royal Guard art style on the right, and then when she brings it back, the other one is Mitsuko from Fade Away, and it's in another style.
Yeah, so Abby just pointed out that you're drawing in 2 different styles. So the King's Royal Guard style is on the right, and then the Faded Away style is on the left. So that's really cool. You can like see the difference in like what kind of styles you're using and stuff. Oh, looks like we have a question. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Why did you fill the figure on the right all in gray? Is that for like coloring?
Oh, we got a question that was, why did you fill the figure on the right all in gray? Like, is that like for color, or is that like a certain technique that you can use?
Yes. You can color it any color. It doesn't have to be gray.
Mhm.
I just select everything outside the layers, all the holes and stuff. I can just select with this selection, the plus add to selection. I can select multiple things, and then I can just invert it with this button, and then fill it in completely with a certain color. It can be any color. And then I make a new layer and I attach it to that one. And then I can get the hair color. Wait, I need the color. And then I get the bucket tool. Where is it? Refer the layers. And then I can color that in. And I know that I will not color outside the lines.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's really cool. Nice. How do you stop it from like bleeding into the others or
The others?
yeah. Like how do you like if it's all gray, so like when you added the layer, did that kind of like prevent it from like you only selected the hair and so that like
I just
oh yeah like,
no, I can go out everywhere.
oh okay.
Color, but I just need to color the hair. There's
Oh,
other
yeah.
techniques, I'm sure, like there's this lasso fill tool which just selects it, but it doesn't really work for me. I think it's easier for me to just fill in everything roughly, and then everything that doesn't get filled in, I fill in with the lasso tool.
Nice. Very cool.
No, I forgot.
Fill tools that you're using, like to color the hair on the like Clip Studio brush download, like, or is that like a special brush that you have to download?
Oh yeah, so the question was, is that the fill tool? Is that what you said, Abby?
Oh, the lasso fill tool.
Oh,
yes. You just have to go to the Clip Studio Paint assets. Wait,
Okay.
where is it? I think if you click here, and then you go to Clip Studio Paint edit service. Where is it? I'm blind. Wait. Oh, here assets.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
If you go here and you search up lasso fill tool, that's when you can find it.
Oh, cool. So it's like built into the program, kind of. You just have to like download
Yes,
it.
this is also where the 3D models are from this program.
Oh, cool.
You can find people just make things and then edit here. You can buy it. You can sell stuff. I don't know how to sell stuff though, and you can get it. You can just lasso fill thing, and you can find whichever one you like the most. I think I'm using this one, but you can choose any. I think they all work. And then you find it here, somewhere here. And then all you have to do is bring it to there where you want it, in which folder you want it.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, very useful. Work smarter, not harder, right?
Exactly. And yes.
So like the brush you're using right there, and like now, color everything in, is that the last fill? Like what brush is that?
Yeah. What is the brush that you're using right now?
The fill bucket.
Fill bucket? Okay.
It's just bucket. Yeah. It's
Just the fill bucket. Okay.
Yeah, you have one for refer only to editing layer. I use the one to refer other layers, so it will stay within the lines from other layer.
Makes sense. Nice.
You guys all use Clip Studio Paint?
What? Who here uses Clip Studio Paint? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
Nice. You like it?
Yeah, thumbs ups.
Nice.
Oh,
they should pay me for promotion, man. Oh my god, I'm such a good promoter. I love this program.
Yeah. You should get sponsored.
No, it was a joke.
Oh yeah, sorry, Sophia.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
just use the very basic version of it,
Mm-hmm.
not like over X. And I was wondering if you could do any like cool stuff in there, like the stuff that you do in like the modeling and stuff.
Oh yeah. So got a question that was this person uses like the most basic version of Clip Studio Paint, so not like the Pro or X version.
This is the Pro. The Pro is the basic.
Pro is the basic version?
Yeah.
What?
The Pro, right?
The debut? Oh,
there's
so
the
debut. What year is it from?
Huh?
Free? Oh, okay. So Sophia's using a free version of Clip Studio Paint. that was the debut version, and she was wondering if you knew if there were like any of like the same assets. So like if you knew if that one also had like 3D modeling or anything like that.
Oh, I actually don't know.
That's okay.
I didn't know debut was a thing. That's a thing?
The
It
thing.
says online that text and 3D functions come as standard.
Oh.
in the debut.
Apparently it says online that text and 3D modeling does come with it. So that's good to know. If you ever end up using the debut version.
I'm almost done. Almost.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're doing great. You're working so quickly.
No, I'm not. I get distracted.
It's okay. It's hard to talk and do it. But do we have any other questions?
Yeah, anyone that said women can multitask was a liar.
True. I mean, yeah. I'm surprised you're able to like listen and answer the questions, because I'm like listening to people saying questions and then I like immediately forget what they said and I just have to like make something up that I think they said.
Oh my.
Do you ever find that like like when you're on stream and people are like, do people like talk in the chat and do they like ask questions and stuff?
Sometimes, but not often.
Yeah. When that does happen, oh sorry.
No, let's continue.
When that does happen, do you ever find you're like, wait, I need to go look at what they said again? Or
no, sometimes I forget what I am talking about, and then I ask the chat, what was I talking about? That happens more often, I think.
That makes sense. Yeah. Do you ever get like when did you start like streaming, and like did you get like nervous about it at first, or was it always like kind of like natural and normal?
Well, I started with 0 viewers, so there's nothing to be nervous about at such a stage. And I still don't have a lot of viewers. I really just stream so I get my shit done. I don't really stream to get viewers. I don't really stream for the viewers. If they enjoy my presence and enjoy the art, that's good. But I don't do my best to engage too much, and really I just do it so I get my stuff done.
Yeah.
So I get pressure to work on stuff because there's a chance somebody is watching.
Indeed.
Oh shit, somebody just followed me, but I don't know who. I heard that.
Maybe someone from this room. Who knows? Yeah. Are there any other questions? Anyone? Yes.
Like how do you decide which art style to use for like which comic? Like did you develop this art style for a specific comic, or like how did that happen?
Oh yeah. So how do you kind of like decide which art style to use for which comic, and how do you like develop a new style for each one?
Like I like that question. The thing is, I'm a very indecisive person and I like a lot of things. I love art. So I can just not settle with one thing. That's why I love Faded Away. I love the art style, but I also want to experiment with other things, right? And for the King's Royal Guard, for art camp, I was working on things. Wait, let me see my art camp folder here. Day 1, I started with sketching and stuff. I started with manga practice. I wanted to do more color and stuff. And then at day 16, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try a new comic style. And for some reason, I made this fake drawing of a comic that I wasn't planning on making really. But I did post somewhere online saying, hey, would you read this? And then people would comment about it. Now for day 17, I tried even more comic styles. Wait, here. And I just test it out and see what works quick, what looks good, and what do people like. And then there's also, I think, like reference sheets. 23 and day 24 was when I made the reference sheets for the King's Royal Guard. That's also, to practice with it more. I think that's how I kind of settled with it. I just draw it, and if I like it, and if it's not too hard and it looks good, then I continue with it. For this one, I think I might try the first style for the hairdresser comic, maybe, or black and white. I don't know. I will figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. We can't wait to see it. Nice. Are there any other questions from anyone? No? Oh, yes, Megan.
This is like much related.
Mhm.
Do you use like a PC for streaming or like the laptop or like what can handle streaming as a VTuber?
Oh yeah, so for streaming as a VTuber, do you use like a laptop or like a PC or like what kind of hardware are you using?
I use a PC right now. It's a self-built PC with the help of a friend.
Oh wow.
With RGB, but the RGB is functioning kind of badly right now. I need to ask my friend for help. But normally, yeah, before that, I used to use a laptop. It had an i5 processor, so it could handle the streaming and stuff. But at some point, the storage became full, so it's like, this is a pain. I want to get a PC. So that's when I upgraded. I think, yeah, I used to have a laptop. It's not but I don't recommend streaming on iPad with a VTuber. That I don't know if that's even possible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah. Do you use like a drawing tablet? And if so, like what like brand and kind do you use?
I use a Wacom 13 HD Cintiq. Yeah.
Oh nice.
It has a screen. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I was gonna ask if it was one of like the bigger ones with the screen.
It has a screen. No, it's not big. It's actually a smaller size.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah. I actually don't draw big. I always draw small. But one day, maybe when I'm a bigger artist, maybe I'll upgrade to a bigger screen. I don't know if there's a need though, but maybe one day.
Yeah, definitely. Any other questions? Anyone? Do you have any questions?
Is anyone here making a comic already?
Ooh, is anyone here making? Oh, I saw hand raised. I saw hand raised.
Is it somewhere online?
No.
No.
Not yet.
No. I mean, I have plans for one. I have like 1 million characters for one, but haven't done any writing or drawing for it.
When will you?
I mean, I've been so inspired by today that probably soon.
Okay. Okay. Anyone that's gonna make a comic, make sure to share it with me, yeah?
Yes.
I wanna see. I want everyone to enjoy comic. I want everyone to like webtoons.
Yeah.
Share my happiness.
Definitely. Which brush are you using right now?
Just a mapping pen, but there's this border effect, it's like, how was it called again? The fringe effect on the side, right? It's like that, but then the border effect.
Yeah.
You can also do this one, but I do this one for the lines.
Yeah, like puts the line out right there for you.
Yeah, because I'm lazy and work less, right? I forgot.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool. Oh, yes, we have a question. Oh, do you like listening to music while you draw?
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, music also inspires me. I forgot to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into all kinds of music really, but I think most of the time Japanese songs, sometimes Chinese, sometimes Korean, sometimes English, sometimes even Russian, sometimes Italian, sometimes French.
Wow.
Well, many. Sometimes no language at all, also okay.
Yeah, just instrumental. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you find that do you ever listen to certain songs when you're drawing certain characters or certain scenes to kind of help you get in the zone?
Yeah, actually. Sometimes, yeah. But if it's also kind of the deadline feeling, like I have to finish this today. I listen to like this hardcore, not hardcore, what the fuck am I saying? The battle music, that kind of stuff.
Nice. Very cool.
Is it done? I don't remember. Oh, overlay.
If anybody has questions after this, is there some way we can contact you?
Oh yeah, so if there are any questions, or if anyone has any questions after this, is there a way that you would be okay with being contacted? Like a
Oh
certain
yeah,
plat-
you can just pop into my stream, but also you can also just DM me on Instagram, no problem. I always reply within 2 weeks.
Nice.
Most of the time within 2 days.
Mhm.
Eh.
Awesome. Looks like we have a comment that says, do you listen to Two Steps from Hell or Brand X music?
Wait, I'm gonna Google that. I usually listen to songs, but I don't know the names.
Mhm.
Two steps from hell. I don't know. Honest, is that I don't know. And the other one was
Brand X music?
Brand X. So I don't think so.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm sorry. But maybe I'll try listening to it. Is it like music that gets you hyped and working?
I don't know, maybe. Sounds like it. Oh yes, another question.
Different from like the beginning of your career, what would it have been?
Oh, that's a good question. If you would have done anything different from like the beginning of your career, what would you have done?
As an artist?
I think so. Yeah, as an
The
artist.
beginning, I guess maybe ask my Webtoon friends how to do things in Clip Studio Paint better, like the shortcuts and stuff. Because I didn't know any better, so I just made things my own way. But sometimes when they actually like show you how to do things, it's like very easy. They just show you do this and that, and then you already are 5 times faster.
Okay.
If only I knew those things earlier, then I would have worked faster back then.
Definitely. Awesome. And yes.
So did you start drawing traditionally first, or was it always just digital?
Oh yeah. So did you start drawing traditional first, or have you always done digital? And when did you start?
I obviously started with traditional because I didn't have a tablet. My mom didn't want to buy me a tablet. I had to earn it myself. So I started working at age, I forgot, 14 or something.
Wow.
But then you still don't earn enough because you just earn barely enough money to get presents for those children parties. I think around 16-ish, I started going to my first convention and I sold copies of my traditional art. Like I had made some copies of bookmarker designs of OCs that I made and some other prints. And from that I earned about 80 euros, and that was exactly enough for a tablet, which without the screen, right? I had the Manga Bamboo, I think it was called. That was my first tablet ever. And then after that I upgraded to an Intuos because the cable broke from the other one. And then after a while I was like, I keep pressing the Ctrl Z button a lot. Do you think maybe with the screen it will happen less? I mean it still happens, but it does happen a lot less. So that's when I upgraded to another tablet, and that one was a PC on its own, but I don't recommend. If you're getting a tablet with a screen that's a PC on its own, it probably doesn't work well, except for iPad. iPad is pretty good. I can recommend you iPad, but it's expensive, but it works.
Definitely. That's awesome. What conventions do you go to, or what are your favorite conventions to go to?
Currently my favorite to go to is Dokumi in Düsseldorf in Germany. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm from Europe. because that one, the artist alley is so big. I think it has more than 500 tables, and I love seeing all that art. I love seeing all these people and then walking around and buying everything, and my money just doesn't matter. And I've also been to Japan Expo, which is also a really big convention, but I didn't really like the atmosphere that much. There was a lot of, I would say, it didn't go well for a lot of people, and the tables were kind of pricey. Like, you felt the depression coming down there, and it wasn't so nice. But it was a fun experience nonetheless. Maybe next year will be different. Maybe it's just Corona affecting the convention. I don't know. And next week I will be at MCM London, which is obviously in London. It's gonna be my first time there, so I'm really curious if that's gonna be fun as well or not. Normally, I just don't really go to a lot of conventions, actually.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I went to TwitchCon too.
TwitchCon, nice.
But the Netherlands, Amsterdam.
Oh, really?
That was also really fun. Very lovely atmosphere, lovely people.
Nice, awesome. Thank you so much. Does anyone else have any other questions? Looks like we're done. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns?
You putting me on the spot. I don't know.
No worries. Well,
if anyone has still any questions, feel free to ask. If anything, or if you guys come visit the Netherlands, let me know also.
Yeah.
Or anything.
DigiPaint trip to the Netherlands? I don't think, yeah.
Or Japan next year, I'll be there as well.
Oh yeah, sounds good. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and for talking with us. It was awesome to hear from you. You had so much good stuff to say, and it was really nice to hear about your journey and everything. So thank you. We get a round of applause. Yeah.
Yeah, finished. You guys, thank you.
Thank you so much. Abby, did you have any announcements or things to say?
Oh, thank you guys for coming, and thank you, Miya, so much for taking the time to do this, even though it's late for you in the Netherlands. So that's why we had to do it earlier. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to come up. And hopefully see you guys next Thursday.